This final talk will be by Stephen Unanian, pronouncing it correctly, who describes himself as a self-initiated researcher into emerging technologies and uses collaborative experiments and public interventions to prototype future scenarios. And this, of course, fits in with this theme of Shards of Utopia, looking back into the past, into the shards of revolutionary and utopian ideas of the past, and to see how they affect and interrupt the present. Stephen has made a documentary recently which involved a 1,000-mile pilgrimage from London to Scotland to the Findhorn eco-village and spiritual community, in which he rode a tandem bicycle in the hope of picking up passengers. You'll have to watch the film to find out whether he does. The video promises a dead badger, partial nudity, we don't know which part, and catharsis, and again we don't know on the part of whom the catharsis, whether it's on the part of the artist or us. But the video will be on sale after the talk if you speak to the artist who's sitting behind me, especially signed, all of that, round the back, in a jacket pocket. So, without further ado, and without ruining any of the surprises, because there'll also be a surprise guest and an artist, Yair Meshulam, so all sorts of excitement in this final talk of tonight, before you go off and do other things, including yoga and live art and sound and all sorts of excitement. So please welcome Stephen to the stage. Thank you so much.
It's a kind of spectacular build-up. Kind of wish you just keep going and then not stop. Stand in the wings and on my head. On the technology, I'm not sure if there's something missing from it or something missing from us. Right now, it basically does what we tell it to. And but what if technology could do more? What would it do? Maybe it wouldn't do anything. It would just gently watch us do things less precisely. And I started to think, well, if it could do more, maybe our techno-gadgets could be religiously inspired. I mean, we have plenty of the secular technologies, the tube writing and the teeth brushing technologies, and the very necessary food manufacturing and MP3 player technologies. But I'm just imagining an alternate history where technology wasn't developed by the needs of military and commerce, but by spirituals and for spiritual awakening. It could tell us when we're in the middle of saying something stupid. And luckily we still, if we're lucky, we still have our parents and friends for things like that. So the purpose of, what's the purpose of what we're talking about? The purpose of this lecture is to just to look at how we might be in the future with technology. I think a good way of doing that is to look at robots and their research, because it kind of shows how we envision ourselves being better. This is the word robot was first used in a Czech play by Karl Tate in 1920 called Rossum's Universal Robots. And Rossum stands for reason, robot stands for worker. So we have these humanoid robots, workers working out the reason of man. But now we're doing research into nanotechnology, where these robots, this is a fantastic voyage, can be so small and precise to go inside the body and fix cellular tissue, or produce all manner of things. This is the building blocks, atomic, imagine robots built at the atomic scale. This is Don Eigler, an IBM fellow, and he, in 1989, he built this IBM logo by moving around individual xenon atoms under a microscope, which he developed. And so I thought, I got to ask him, I just asked him some questions. That's me. I only found a really bad picture of Don, so I thought it'd be fair to put one bad of me as well. Don, did you create the logo, or did it come from another in the lab? Stephen, the idea was entirely my own. It was done out of a sense of gratitude to IBM for providing me with a great job and extraordinary opportunity. How long did the construction process take? Hours, days, weeks? Took 22 hours. Was the atmosphere in the lab exciting? You betcha. I like the fact that it was your idea to make the IBM logo out of atoms. And Eric Drexler, who writes about nanotechnology, he claims that there's no special magic to life essential to making molecular machinery work. But I think there is a special magic to life, that a human contains a vitalism that the sum of its parts may not. We're not only controlled by mechanical forces, we're some measure self-determining. In my view, there's indeed a special magic. All the natural mysteries of the universe. It's not really magic, it's just the fact that the natural universe turned out to be so beautiful, complex, interesting, and downright fun to figure out. With my graphic design history, background in graphic design, I think that maybe your work is a significant piece of graphic design history. Feynman talked about text at the scale in 1959 when he envisioned encyclopedias small enough to fit on the head of a pin. To my knowledge, you're the first person who suggested IBM written in atoms as a piece of graphic design history. Please don't take this the wrong way, but this makes me laugh. There's nothing about the layout that involved even a moment's consideration for aesthetics or functional communication. The purpose was to unequivocally demonstrate we'd achieved reproducible, atomically precise control over the very structure of matter. FYI, the IBM written in atoms are a very different design to the classic IBM logo, which is composed of horizontal stripes. The two shouldn't really be confused with one another. Don, I appreciate your critique. I'm just interested in why the text was created, not its aesthetic value. It wasn't meant as a critique, just expressing my view. Maybe I should get to the point. In your creation of the IBM text, perhaps you created the first nanobot, or at least a representation of one. I was doing the Don voice there, but this is me. The International Business Machine. I see nothing nanobotish about the IBM spelled out in atoms. Maybe I'm not clear about what a bot is. If a bot is anything that has a purpose, in this case to communicate an idea, I guess it's a bot. But the popular usage of the term nanobot has a very different, if I might add, very negative connotation. He's referring to Drexler's idea that these little miniature bots would need to be made in multiplicity, millions of them. And in order to do that, we would make them self-replicating. And then get out of control and consume the earth in a gray goo. Perhaps you can answer one more question. What is your vision of nanotechnology on a larger social scale? Nanotech is the natural evolution of man's age-old endeavor to build useful things just on the next smaller scale. No biggie. This is Hiroshi Ishiguro. And he's, in 2006, he developed a robot of himself in order to explore ideas of human presence and what if it was possible to transmit human presence or sun's icon. There he is. That's Carl F. McDorman, and he's a robot, describes himself as a robot scientist. He theorizes about robots, and that's a robot. Do you think it's possible for a robot to have more sun's icon or human presence than an actual human? Just as more charismatic people have more stage presence than less charismatic people, android robots can be developed to have more stage presence than most human beings. To build them, we need to understand what factors make them seem larger than life. I'm loath to say that a machine could have more human presence than a human being, because by definition, a machine is not human, and we don't have a good operational definition for what human presence is. Now that kind of filled me with dread somehow. We don't know what it means to be, to be next to someone. I think that's pretty essential, especially to scientific research. This is an NYU early avatar. But incidentally, roboticists are thinking that maybe robots have a kind of presence of their own. Technology has its own presence. And I thought maybe that's true. So this is a graph that's used to describe robots. On the one side, we have industrial robots, and as it gets closer to being, I didn't make this graph. This is what roboticists use. Human likeness here. We have a healthy person. In between, when it starts to, look like a human, then it's we feel weird. Like we're seeing a corpse or a zombie. Why do we see these humanoid robots? They're diseased or depraved. Are they just ready vessels for the darker aspects of human nature? I don't think we necessarily perceive androids as diseased or depraved. But in my experiment on terror management theory, I intentionally prepared the android to look disturbing by pulling its eyes back in its sockets. I determined that the participants had subconscious death-related thoughts by showing that the participants in an experimental group were far more likely in word completion tasks to complete words in death-related ways. So robots make us think of death if they look like humans, sometimes. Mashiro Mori, he created he's that roboticist who created that first graph that I showed you. He talked about the uncanny valley. But he also said that robots have the potential for attaining Buddhahood. And I thought that was fascinating. Some kind of spiritual interlocutor or something. So from this book, I basically, if you take Mashiro's graph and you turn it upside down, you see that the uncanny valley becomes a mountain, and the healthy person and humanoid robot converge at the top, and there's some kind of synthesis, and everything's all fine and good in the future. We live in harmony with technology. So technology is a queer thing. It brings us gifts with one hand and stabs us in the back with another. But preferably not tonight. I developed a robot to be with my mother in America. So this is a robot which is it's not autonomous. It's controlled by two sources. On the one hand, you have my emotions, and then the emotions of my mother. And through the combination of these two, then produces this robot. So I think the next slide is the first time we got the robot working. Basically uses two computer programs, one here and then one in America, where my mother lives. And when they're both running and in sync, this robot can, when my mother moves, this robot moves, and likewise when I move, it moves as well. I'll just play the video to show while I the robot.
So is it dead because of the software that was specifically written?
Yeah.
No, then we're dead. Okay. If this is if somebody coded the software to convert that stuff to pulse with modulation or something like that, we're screwed. So then we got to figure out why it's not working.
Well,
okay.
It's going to work, so I don't know.
It'll work. Just need some time.
Is your firewall down?
Did you try pinging the IP address to make sure it pings?
Yeah, it pings. Your firewall is down?
No, I didn't shut off the firewall. Let me shut off the firewall.
Okay. Alright, you going to restart the program?
Want me to load it again?
Yeah.
Here, I'm going to shut down and reload the server.
Okay.
The firewall off.
Is your program running? Leroy. Got it.
Steven?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can't hear you. Do you actually have your cell phone?
It's working.
No way.
Yes, red color coming through.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
What about this?
Will you thank your old man a little bit?
Like this?
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm amazed. Yeah, it modulates when you speak. I'm totally amazed. Well, I don't know. But it's working.
Yeah.
And when you talk, it turns red.
the connection. Now, it doesn't always work basically, and there's some problems with this robot. It could take about 5 or 6 minutes to make this robot actually start working. So just to let you know, there's some lag time. My mom just went to the vet, so I'm not sure she's back yet. Actually, bringing her dog to the vet. So, yeah. Come on, Mom, don't let me down here. Levi's calling. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Mom,
Mom.
can you see me?
Oh, hi.
Hey,
How are you?
can you hear me?
Sure.
Hello? Hello? Check.
I don't know what's going on.
Check up here.
Mom,
The volume thing. Keep the volumes up.
is it?
This one.
Yeah.
But see, his computer, oh my gosh, what do you have on?
This is This happened before. It could be on my side.
But his speakers normally are on.
Are they
Is
on?
that,
I don't know, that's pre-amped, it's on now.
how bizarre.
No.
Hello?
That was it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
You can hear me.
Yes, sort of. Eric fixed something with the darn speakers.
Hi.
That has, you know how he has this entire,
Mecca of technology.
like you need a engineering degree to work his stereo?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you know I
Don't
can't.
say anything, just a sec.
Can you hear me?
Don't say anything.
Okay.
Okay. Now you're not gonna burst our eardrums. Okay, try that.
Hello. Check. Okay.
We're good, we're good.
Okay. How are you? Anyways.
I'm fine. Oh,
I'm sorry to do this to you, Mom.
no, it's okay. You've done this your whole life. It's all right.
Unfortunately, I don't think because of the technical problems with the internet thing, the
What thing won't work?
that will not work. You can try to. Is that program running on your computer?
Supposedly, yes.
Okay. Let me just
Well,
try.
you're not supposed to.
So basically, if no one's sending emails to or from the Tate right now, then this will work. So don't send any.
Oh, if no one's sending an email from the Tate in the whole building?
In the whole world. So your program is running?
Supposedly, let me check it just a second.
Okay.
Wait a minute. It was.
It was.
really. Where's my little? Where did it go? Come back.
I want me to be.
You want you to be where?
I want him to see me.
Oh, you want him to see you?
I see you. I think it's, yeah.
All right. Okay, just a moment. Huh. Yeah, that's the weak client thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Is it started?
You want me to push start and see what happens?
Yeah. I got this plugged in. So, if it started, if it's running, it should have an IP address there, and then you just press start.
Okay, it has an IP address, and I push start,
Yep.
but the lights aren't going on.
Okay.
thing has a green light,
Yeah.
like it's supposed to.
Okay. I don't think that's going to work.
Oh, all right.
But maybe I thought to demonstrate the robot to you because since we did this a year and a half ago, the robot is something different. So I thought maybe if we.
I guess it is.
Yeah. When I stand back, you will see the whole thing.
He's here.
He's still there.
Oh!
So I thought if you asked maybe the audience, like someone in the audience, to give a story about just a brief anecdote from their life.
Yeah.
Or something.
Cool.
So if I
Now,
could, what's that?
is everybody in the audience British?
No, there's multicultural crowd.
Really?
Yeah, so maybe if you asked a question and then we could get an answer, then I would demonstrate the robot using that answer.
Oh, all right.
So I don't know, maybe if there's anything you want to know, because we talked last night, you shared that story about, recognizing you didn't, took your parents for granted when really they...
Yes.
So maybe you want to ask someone in the audience a question, and then we can...
Yeah.
I can see people starting to cringe at this moment. This is good.
No, what I want to know, what's the age of the people in the audience?
Oh, you have, I'd say 24 to 80.
Whoever you think is 80, you better not, that's very un-PC.
I know. 24 to 35.
Okay. Well, what I want to know is there anything that they think that's was a pain in the behind about their parents?
Okay, that's a good question.
Jesus.
So anything that was I know this feels awkward now. Like, what's going to happen next? This is an opportunity now, and you may be thinking about something and feeling uncomfortable about sharing it, but don't miss out on this opportunity. To it could be something small, something insignificant, but just something that that strikes you as bad about your parents.
You want to say anything good?
We can do anything good as well. We can do that. We can hold this moment. I'm fine. I mean, just relax here.
I must say, Steve, you look absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, the thing that annoyed me about my mum when I was younger was that she made my dad physically go into the pub to collect me at 10 o'clock at night when it didn't close until 11. So in front of all of my friends.
How old are you?
15
That's
probably.
Awesome. That's awesome.
He used to come all the way inside to the pub to come get me.
That's weird.
That was annoying.
Can we get one more, maybe? One more? What's your name, by the way?
It's Rebecca.
Rebecca. Okay, Rebecca. Okay, I think that's enough to demonstrate the robot. Now, Yair, oftentimes when a robot is first released, it has a kind of demo mode to demonstrate its capability. So Yair Meshulam, like we said earlier, was going to help demonstrate the robot. So he's in the closet. I forgot, Rebecca. So because my mother can't control the robot, I have another remote here for you to control it with. We can this is an experience. And if you don't want to do it, that's fine too. But basically, as we enter this experience and try to see what it means, you can interact with the robot accordingly. So maybe if you'd like to pull that up towards. See how far it gets. It's not going to make it, is it? Yeah. 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 Hey. Yeah. Okay. It's not going to. Maybe. Whoever wants the remote can. We all heard it. This woman right here in the third row. Mom, can you see me?
Yeah.
Can you see me from here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheated by mom and dad, and everything that they've done in the future is designed to make us sad, but that's not true. It's not true, and it's evidenced by you and by Rebecca's mom and dad. They used to make her sad, but now she doesn't think about them like that. Not her mom and dad, even though before they used to come in a pub when she was chatting up a dude or a bloke, and then he'd collect her before they could snog. And it's not that cool when you're a young kid. I have the stories too, and it makes you feel like you're belittled, like some little version of yourself, not big enough to change the world, to change your parents, and I hope they don't all die unhappily. I hope it's our prayer that we don't have unhappy parents. Rebecca, I hope you still love mom and dad. Mom and dad, still there. I hope they're still there for you too. Yeah. So now is when I deliver an epic diatribe about how technology is going to shape our lives, but then I've lost the plot as this robot seems to move out of its own space. And Mom, I don't know what to do next. Maybe you could give an idea to bring it all together. I'm not sure. I'll come back home. Oh, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that, yeah, so equally, in order to connect us, we have to have the technology between us. A phone call or anything, and so it becomes a part of us, and a beneficial part, one we can't live without. And that would be so rad if the audience would just give a little clap. this time. Mom and Dad. This is an ode to mothers and dads everywhere. And the technology that makes it possible. Yes.
Just crazy water, that's
It's a crazy life. It's a crazy life. Thanks again, Mom, for participating in this ridiculous thing.
love you.
Let me see. Let's see. Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I wish there was somewhere I could go now. Just hide. There's none I can. I'm fine, yeah. Were we gonna do questions? We don't have to do questions. No, it's good. I swear it's like, no, it's good. I'm just gonna go down here.
Stephen now of his misery and wish him, thank him so much for the last and most wonderful talk, and for his family, for Yair, for his.
For Judy Zhang, who really helped this, this robot come together as well. Where's Judy? Judy. Yes, this would not happen without Judy. So.
Thank you so much. We've got about 15 minutes, I think, until the bar closes on the other side, and about 45 minutes until the end of the event. So please do enjoy the rest of this evening. Thank you so much.